Something that I didn't know about Texas when I got here is that there's a really large number of German immigrants that came here. I thought Texas was all about cowboys, but back in the 1840s and 1830s, there was revolutions going on in Germany and surrounding areas, and a group of Germans formed, the Adelsverein, and they started people coming to Texas. They underestimated how many people in Germany would be interested in coming to Texas and starting a new life. And they were promised like 320 acres of land and a bunch of supplies to get started. They were told that when they landed after the 8-week trip from Germany, that there would be wagons there to pick them up and go to this big piece of land that was purchased by the Germans, Adelsverein, and people could settle there and build and colonize and all that. Not many people made it to that land that they bought because during that time there was the Mexican-American War going on. So they had to end up on the shores and, just kind of try to survive. And a lot of them ended up burying family members. They decided to just walk. A lot of them came to what is now known as New Braunfels, the town of New Braunfels. And a guy was sent from Adelsverein to try to clean this mess up because none of the people that bought this piece of paper that they were told they could get all these things was surviving or making it there. And so this one guy went out to the land that they had bought, and he found that it had a bunch of Native Americans on it, Comanches, and they were not interested in giving up their land, their prime hunting grounds to, people that were told that, they had a piece of paper saying they owned it. Instead, that guy that was commissioned to try to clean up the big mess, he founded an area that he thought was going to be very fertile, and he brought 120 people out from New Braunfels to try to start up this town, and it turned into Fredericksburg. So that is where I'm at today, checking out Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg today is probably one of the most popular tourist places for checking out these German settlements in Texas. Hundreds of thousands of tourists come here, thousands of people live here, and started all by 120 people who made the journey from New Braunfels after being there for a while. Something that I absolutely love are these old cabins, old settlements, where you can go inside and actually look at some of the things that they would have had. It might not be exactly the same now, but going in you can really get a feel for life back then. And, just the hardship. We have so many luxuries today. I feel like they were like a different species, than we are nowadays. We're so used to our luxury and convenience and modes of transportation and all this sort of stuff. I mean, they were hardy people of what have to be just a different species after all this time and change and all that. Anyway, I love to look at it, just like I love to watch reality TV. A little look into people's lives, but, the older stuff is much more interesting. I mean, even the doorways are smaller. If you look at the door handles as well, they're much lower. Another sign, they're totally different people. Totally different species in my mind. I know they're probably not, but... Creepy! Alright, I just walked in here and that guy scared the crap out of me. Who knows what kind of hauntings go on at these kind of places. A lot of these historic houses in the area, they're called Sunday houses. And the people that lived around here, they had farms, they lived out in the country, and they came into town on Sundays to go to church and stock up on their supplies. And so they stayed at their Sunday house. So you probably guessed it, with all of the German traditions around here, you're going to get a lot of great traditional German food. Time to eat. Jaeger schnitzel, baby. So because of all the tourists, there's all sorts of fun little boutiques and shops along Main Street. On the way out of Fredericksburg, I had to stop at the Wild Seed Farm. This is the largest wildflower seed farm, and it's got a bunch of native Texas wildflowers. Here we've got behind me the very famous Texas bluebonnet. I was warned to not take pictures in these, or if I was, be careful with the dogs, because there's like snakes, rattlesnakes. You can find them in the field sometimes. Red poppies. If I'm not mistaken, that's what they make opium with. Thanks for journeying with me on another adventure. Subscribe for more RV living and full-time travel videos.